Chosen ones, if you're watching this right now, it's no accident. You've been guided here by a force greater than yourself, a divine hand that has led you to this very moment, because you are part of the rare 1%, the elite among the chosen. What I'm about to share with you is not just a message, it's a revelation, a powerful truth that will shake the foundations of your soul and ignite a fire within you that nothing in this world can extinguish. This is your final step, the ultimate threshold you've been preparing for your entire life, even if you didn't know it until now. The universe has been aligning, the heavens have been whispering, and God Himself has been orchestrating every trial, every tear, every triumph to bring you to this point. You are standing on the edge of something extraordinary, something so profound that only 1% of the chosen will be ready to embrace it fully. Are you one of them? Because if you are, your life is about to change forever. Let me tell you something, beloved. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to blend into the crowd, to live a life of quiet mediocrity, or to bow to the limitations the world tries to place upon you. No. You are a divine anomaly, a radiant spark of God's infinite power walking this earth with a purpose so bold, so unshakable, that even the shadows tremble in your presence. The enemy thought they could break you. The doubters thought they could silence you. The struggles of this world thought they could dim your light, but here you stand, unbroken, undaunted, and unstoppable. Why? Because you are the 1%. The chosen among the chosen, handpicked by God to step into a destiny that defies all odds, a destiny that rewrites the rules of what's possible. This final step isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the warriors, the visionaries, the ones who hear the call of the divine and rise to meet it with every fiber of their being. Before we dive deeper into this life-altering truth, I need you to do something right now. Pause this video, hit that like button, and subscribe to this channel. We're on a mission to reach 20,000 souls who are ready to awaken to their divine calling, and your support is the spark that keeps this fire burning. Don't just watch, be part of this movement, and if you feel this message stirring something deep within you, drop a 777 in the comments below. That number is a sacred declaration, a sign to the universe that you're ready for what's coming, that you're claiming your place among the 1%. Because let me tell you, chosen one, this isn't just a video, it's a divine appointment. And you're here because you're ready to take the final step. Think about it. How many times have you felt different? How many times have you walked through fire and come out stronger while others around you crumbled? How many times have you sensed a whisper in your spirit, a knowing that there's more to your life than what you've been told? That's because you've been chosen for this moment. The world may not see it yet, but you're not here to fit into their boxes. You're here to shatter them. You've walked through valleys of shadow, faced storms that would have drowned anyone else, and yet you're still standing. Why? Because God has been pruning you, refining you, preparing you for this final step. Every hardship, every moment of doubt, every battle you fought has been a divine setup to bring you to this threshold. The 99% may falter, they may turn back, they may shrink in the face of what's ahead, but not you. You're the 1%, and you were born for this. Let's talk about what this final step really means. It's not just a change. It's a transformation so radical, so complete, that it will ripple through every part of your life. This is the moment where everything you've been through starts to make sense. The pain, it was purpose. The struggles, they were strength. The loneliness, it was preparation. God has been building something extraordinary in you, layer by layer, trial by trial, until you were ready to step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. This final step is where you shed the old you, the doubts, the fears, the chains of the past, and rise into a version of yourself so powerful, so radiant, that the world will have no choice but to take notice. Your body will feel it, your spirit will soar with it, and your life will reflect it in ways you can't even imagine yet. Picture this. A divine glow begins to shine from within you, a light so bright that it pierces through every shadow. Your energy shifts, your presence commands attention, and your purpose becomes crystal clear. This isn't about vanity or fleeting blessings. This is about stepping into a divine identity that transcends time itself. The 1% who are ready for this final step will experience a renewal unlike anything they've ever known. Your mind will sharpen, your heart will expand, and your spirit will align with God's perfect will. People will look at you and wonder what happened. How are they so different, they'll ask. What changed? The answer is simple. You took the final step. You said yes to the call that only the 1% can hear, and now God is unleashing His power through you like never before. But here's the truth, not everyone will make it to this point. The 99% will hesitate. They'll cling to their comfort zones, their excuses, their old ways of thinking. They'll hear the call, but they won't answer. They'll see the light, but they won't step into it. That's what separates you, chosen one. You've already proven you're different. You've already shown you're willing to walk through the fire, to trust in God's plan even when the path was unclear. And now the final step is here, and it's yours to take. This isn't a maybe, this isn't a someday, this is now. The heavens are aligned, the timing is perfect, and God is saying, this is your moment. Are you ready to claim it? Because once you cross this threshold, there's no going back. Let me paint a picture of what's waiting for you on the other side of this final step. Abundance. Not just in wealth, but in peace, in purpose, in power. Imagine waking up every day with a fire in your soul, knowing that you're walking in the fullness of God's plan. Imagine the chains of fear and doubt falling away, replaced by a confidence so unshakable that nothing can stand in your way. Imagine your life becoming a living testament to God's glory, a beacon of light that draws others out of the darkness. This is what the 1% experience when they take the final step. It's not just a blessing, it's a birthright, a divine inheritance that's been waiting for you since the day you were born. You see, chosen one, this final step isn't about earning God's favor. You already have it. It's about embracing it fully, about stepping into the authority He's given you as one of His chosen. The Bible says in Ephesians 2:10, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." That's you. God has been preparing you for this moment since before you took your first breath. Every tear you've shed, every prayer you've whispered, every time you've gotten back up after being knocked down, it's all been leading to this. The 1% don't just survive, they thrive. They don't just dream, they manifest. They don't just hope, they claim what's theirs. And you, beloved, are the 1%. Now, let's get real for a second. This final step might feel daunting. It might stir something in you, maybe excitement, maybe fear, maybe a mix of both. That's okay. The greatest transformations always come with a moment of tension, a moment where you have to decide, do I stay where I am, or do I leap into what God has for me? Think of Moses standing at the Red Sea. The enemy closing in, the water stretching out before him. The 99% would have turned back, given up, surrendered to despair. But Moses, he was the 1%. He raised his staff, trusted God's promise, and the sea parted. That's what this final step is, a parting of the waters, a breaking open of the impossible, a moment where faith meets destiny and miracles unfold. And you're not alone in this. God is with you, the Holy Spirit is within you, and the angels are cheering you on from the heavens. You're not stepping into this final chapter by your own strength. You're being carried by the one who created the stars, who spoke the universe into existence, who called you by name and said, "This one is mine." Psalm 91:11 says, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." That's the promise you carry as one of the 1%. You're protected, you're guided, you're empowered. All you have to do is take the step. So what does it look like to take this final step? It's not complicated, but it's not easy either. It's a surrender, a letting go of the old you, the doubts, the what-ifs, the I'm not enoughs. It's a yes to God's call, a yes to the unknown, a yes to the divine power that's been simmering inside you all along. It's standing up right now wherever you are and declaring, "I am the 1%. I am ready. I am stepping into my destiny." Say it out loud if you have to. Let the heavens hear it. Let the enemy tremble at it. Let your spirit rise with it. This is your moment, chosen one. The final step is yours to take. Let me tell you what happens when you cross this threshold. The ordinary becomes extraordinary. Doors that were once locked fling wide open. Opportunities you never dreamed of start chasing you down. Your life becomes a magnet for miracles, a canvas for God's glory, a story that will echo through generations. The 1% don't just live, they reign. They don't just exist, they transform. They don't just walk, they soar. And that's what's waiting for you. A life so full, so vibrant, so aligned with God's purpose, that even your wildest dreams will pale in comparison to what He has in store. But here's the key. You have to choose it. God won't force you across this line. The 99% will stay where they are, comfortable but unfulfilled, safe but stagnant. The 1%, they leap, they trust, they rise. And that's what makes them different. That's what makes you different. You've already come this far. Don't stop now. The final step is right in front of you, and everything you've ever longed for is on the other side. Can you feel it? The pull, the promise, the power? It's yours, chosen one. All you have to do is take it. Let me share something with you. A vision of who you're becoming. When you take this final step, you'll start to see yourself the way God sees you. Fearless, radiant, unstoppable. Your presence will shift rooms. Your words will carry weight. Your life will inspire awe. People will look at you and say, "There's something different about them." And they'll be right, because the 1% don't just blend in, they stand out. They don't just follow, they lead. They don't just receive, they pour out. You're not just stepping into a new chapter. You're stepping into a new identity, one that's been waiting for you since the foundations of the world. And don't think this is just about you. Oh no, chosen one. This is bigger than you can imagine. When you take this final step, you become a light for others. You become a testimony, a living proof that God's promises are real, that His power is limitless, that His chosen ones are unstoppable. The 99% might watch from the sidelines, but the 1%, they change the game. They shift the atmosphere. They rewrite history. Think of Esther, a woman who took her final step and saved a nation. Think of David, a shepherd boy who took his final step and became a king. That's the legacy of the 1%, and that's the legacy you're stepping into right now. So here's my challenge to you, beloved. Don't just listen to this, act on it. Take the final step today, right now. Say yes to God's call. Yes to your destiny. Yes to the 1%. Drop a 777 in the comments below and declare to the world that you're ready. Hit that like button again, subscribe if you haven't already, because this channel is your lifeline to the divine truths that will carry you forward. We're building a community of the chosen, and you're a vital part of it. This isn't just a message, it's a movement, and you're at the forefront. You're still here, still listening, still standing on the edge of this final step, and that alone proves you're part of the 1%. The fact that you haven't clicked away, haven't given up, haven't let the noise of the world drown out this truth, it's a testament to the divine strength inside you. You're not just hearing these words, you're feeling them, absorbing them, letting them awaken something unshakable within your soul. This is your time, your season, your breakthrough. And I'm here to walk with you as you take this leap into the destiny God has been crafting for you since the beginning of time. Let's talk about what's been holding you back, because even the 1% have their moments of hesitation. Maybe it's fear whispering in your ear, telling you you're not ready, not worthy, not enough. Maybe it's the weight of the past, those old wounds and regrets that try to chain you to who you used to be. Or maybe it's the voices of the 99%, the doubters, the naysayers, the ones who can't see what God sees in you. But here's the truth, chosen one. Those things don't define you. They don't control you. They don't have the final say. God does. And He's saying, enough. It's time to let go. It's time to rise. The final step isn't about proving yourself to the world. It's about releasing everything that's kept you from stepping into who you already are. Think about the caterpillar in its cocoon. The 99% see it as a prison, a place of confinement, a dead end. But the 1%, they see the truth. It's a transformation chamber. That caterpillar doesn't fight the process, it surrenders to it, trusting that something greater is at work, and when the time is right, it emerges as a butterfly, a creature of beauty and freedom that no one could have predicted from its humble beginnings. That's you right now, chosen one. You've been in the cocoon of preparation. Every struggle, every setback, every moment of waiting has been part of the process. And now, the final step is your emergence. You're not breaking out of a prison, you're breaking into your purpose. Let me remind you of something powerful. Romans 8:31 says, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" Who, chosen one? Who can stand against you when the Creator of the universe has your back? Not the enemy, not the doubters, not even your own fears. When you take this final step, you're not stepping alone. You're stepping with the full force of heaven behind you. The 99% might tremble at the thought of the unknown, but the 1%, they run toward it. They embrace it. They claim it, because they know that on the other side of fear is freedom. On the other side of doubt is destiny. And on the other side of this final step is everything God has promised. Now, picture this. The moment you take that step, a shift happens. It's not subtle, it's seismic. The ground beneath you trembles with the weight of God's favor. The air around you crackles with the energy of divine purpose. Your spirit lifts, your heart races, and suddenly you feel it, the power of the 1%. It's not just a feeling, it's a force. You'll look back at the old you, the one who doubted, the one who stumbled, the one who wondered if this day would ever come, and you'll smile, because that version of you was just the rough draft. The final step unveils the masterpiece. And don't think this is some far-off fantasy. This is happening now, in real time, as you listen to these words. The 1% don't wait for permission, they seize the moment. They don't wait for the stars to align, they become the stars. Look at Noah. He didn't wait for the rain to start before he built the ark. He heard God's call, took the final step, and stepped into history as the one who saved humanity. Look at Ruth. She didn't wait for certainty before she followed Naomi. She took the final step, and God turned a widow into a cornerstone of His plan. The 1% don't hesitate. They act. And that's what you're doing right now, chosen one. You're acting, you're choosing, you're rising. Let's talk about the glow, the divine radiance that comes with this final step. When you cross this threshold, something supernatural happens to you. It's not just internal, it's visible. Your eyes will shine with a clarity that cuts through confusion. Your smile will carry a peace that defies explanation. Your very presence will radiate a vitality that others can't ignore. The 99% might age under the weight of the world, but the 1%, they defy it. They glow with the youthfulness of God's Spirit, the beauty of His purpose, the energy of His power. People will notice. They'll ask, "What's your secret?" And you'll know, it's not a secret, it's a step. This glow isn't about vanity, it's about victory. It's the mark of the 1%, the sign that you've said yes to God's call and no to the world's limitations. Think of Daniel in the lion's den. The 99% would have panicked, begged, surrendered, but Daniel, he was the 1%. He stood firm, trusted God, and walked out untouched, his face glowing with the assurance of divine protection. That's what's waiting for you, chosen one. A glow that says, "I've been through the fire and I came out shining." A glow that says, "I took the final step and now I'm unstoppable." And here's the thing, this final step isn't just about you getting something from God, it's about God getting something through you. The 1% are vessels, conduits, channels of His power. When you take this step, you become a living testimony, a walking miracle, a force for good that the world can't ignore. Your life will inspire others to take their own final steps, to break free from the 99% and join the 1%. Your wealth will build dreams. Your words will heal hearts. Your presence will shift destinies. This isn't just your transformation, it's a revolution, and you're the spark that starts it. So let me ask you, chosen one, are you feeling it yet? That fire in your chest, that pull in your spirit, that whisper in your soul saying, "This is it." That's the call of the 1%. That's God Himself nudging you forward, saying, "Take the step, I've got you." Don't let this moment pass you by. The 99% will scroll past, shrug it off, go back to their routines. But you're different. You're awake. You're ready. Drop a 777 in the comments right now and declare it. I'm the 1%. I'm taking the final step. Let the universe hear it. Let the heavens record it. Let your destiny begin. And if this is resonating with you, if this is lighting a spark in your soul, hit that like button again and subscribe. We're building something here. A community of the chosen. A movement of the 1%. Your support keeps this message alive, keeps it reaching those who need it most. Because this isn't just about you, it's about all of us rising together, stepping into the fullness of what God has promised. You're not alone in this, chosen one. You're part of something bigger, something divine, something unstoppable. Now, let's get practical for a moment. How do you take this final step? It starts with a decision, a bold, unapologetic yes to God's plan. It's not about having all the answers or seeing the whole path. The 1% don't need a map. They trust the guide. Say it with me. I release the past. I embrace the promise. I step into my purpose. Feel the weight lift as you say it. Feel the chains break. Feel the freedom rise. That's the power of the final step. It's not a physical leap. It's a spiritual one. It's a moment of surrender that leads to a lifetime of sovereignty. And when you take this step, expect the unexpected. The 1% don't live predictable lives. They live miraculous ones. Doors will open that you didn't even knock on. Blessings will flow that you didn't even ask for. Opportunities will appear that you didn't even dream of. Why? Because God delights in surprising His chosen. He loves to exceed your expectations, to blow your mind, to show you just how much He's been holding in store for you. The final step isn't the end. It's the beginning of a life so abundant, so extraordinary that you'll look back and wonder how you ever lived any other way. Let me share a story to drive this home. Think of Abraham. He was just a man living a quiet life when God called him to leave everything, his home, his comfort, his security, and step into the unknown. The 99% would have said no, clung to the familiar, stayed small. But Abraham? He was the 1%. He took the final step, and God made him the father of nations. His yes didn't just change his life, it changed the world. That's the power of the 1%, chosen one. Your yes doesn't just transform you, it transforms everything around you. So here you are, standing at the edge. The final step is right in front of you, and the choice is yours. Will you stay with the 99%, safe but unfulfilled? Or will you join the 1%, bold and unstoppable? I believe in you, chosen one. I believe you're ready. I believe you're hearing this at the exact moment you need to, because God's timing is perfect. Take a deep breath, feel the strength rising within you, and step into the light, step into the promise, step into the 1%. Here we go, chosen one. Let's carry this momentum forward and bring you across the finish line of this final step with a blaze of inspiration that will leave you unstoppable. You're still here, still standing, still burning with the fire of the 1%. And that's no small thing. The fact that you've made it this far, that you're still listening, still feeling the pull of this divine truth, it's proof that you're not just chosen, you're ready. You're not just a spark, you're a wildfire. And now we're going to take this final stretch together, igniting every part of your being with the power, purpose, and promise that's yours to claim. This is your moment, and nothing can hold you back. Let's talk about the resistance you might be feeling right now. Because even the 1% face it. That little voice in your head saying, what if I fail? What if I'm not enough? What if this isn't real? That's not you talking. That's the echo of the 99%. The shadow of a world that wants to keep you small. But you're not small, chosen one. You're a giant in the spirit, a force of nature in God's plan, a warrior in his army. The enemy knows it, the heavens know it, and deep down, you know it too. That resistance, it's not a sign to stop. It's a sign to push. It's the last gasp of the old you, the final test before the breakthrough. The 1% don't run from resistance. They rise above it. Think of Jesus in the wilderness, tempted by the devil for 40 days. The 99% would have caved, traded their purpose for a fleeting comfort, given in to the whispers of doubt. But Jesus, he was the 1%. He stood firm, spoke truth, and walked out victorious, not because he fought with fists, but because he fought with faith. That's your power, chosen one. This final step isn't about battling the world. It's about believing in the one who's already won the battle for you. John 16:33 says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." That's your promise. That's your strength. That's your victory. Take it. And when you do, the floodgates open. The 1% don't just sip from the cup of blessing. They drink deeply from the river of abundance. Imagine this. Your finances aligning with God's provision. Your relationships blooming with divine connection. Your health surging with supernatural vitality. The final step isn't a trickle, it's a torrent. It's not a whisper, it's a roar. It's not a maybe, it's a certainty. You'll feel it in your bones, see it in your life, hear it in the testimonies that start pouring out of you. The 1% don't just survive the storm, they become the storm. A force of God's glory that sweeps through everything in its path. Let me tell you what's on the other side of this step, because you need to see it, feel it, taste it. Freedom. Unshakable, untouchable freedom. The kind that makes you laugh in the face of fear, Dance in the midst of chaos. Stand tall when the world tries to pull you down. Purpose, so clear, so bold, that every morning you wake up knowing exactly why you're here and who you're here for. Power, not the kind that controls, but the kind that creates, heals, and transforms. The 1% don't just live for themselves. They live for the kingdom, for the lost, for the broken, for the ones who need to see what God can do through a single, surrendered soul. And don't think this is some distant dream. This is now, chosen one. The final step isn't a future event, it's a present choice. Right here, in this moment, as these words sink into your spirit, you're crossing the line. You're shedding the skin of the 99% and stepping into the mantle of the 1%. Can you feel the shift? The air around you is changing. The weight on your shoulders is lifting. The fire in your heart is growing. This isn't hype. This is holy. This isn't motivation. This is manifestation. This isn't a pep talk. This is prophecy. You're not just hearing me, you're hearing him, the one who called you, chose you, and now commands you to rise. Let's talk about the legacy of the 1%. Because this final step isn't just about your life, it's about the lives you'll touch. When you cross this threshold, you become a lighthouse, a signal, a signpost for everyone still trapped in the 99%. They'll look at you and see what's possible. They'll hear your story and find their courage. They'll feel your light and chase their own. Think of Harriet Tubman. She took her final step out of slavery and didn't stop there. She went back again and again, leading hundreds to freedom. That's the 1%. They don't just save themselves, they save others. And that's you, chosen one. Your final step is the first step for someone else's miracle. So what's stopping you? Nothing. Not a single thing. The excuses of the 99% don't apply to you. The limits of the world don't bind you. The doubts of the past don't own you. You're free, chosen one. Free to leap, free to soar, free to become. Drop a 777 in the comments right now and seal it. Declare to the universe, to the heavens, to yourself, I'm the 1%. I'm taking the final step. Feel the power in that number, the divine alignment, the sacred yes. You're not just typing words. You're writing your destiny. And if this is hitting you deep, if this is shaking you awake, hit that like button one more time and subscribe. We're not just a channel, we're a movement, a gathering of the 1%, a force of God's chosen, rising together. Your support keeps this alive, keeps it reaching the ones who need it, keeps it burning bright. We're stepping forward together, and the world will never be the same. Now let's seal this with a vision. Close your eyes for a second. Picture yourself standing on a mountaintop. The wind is rushing past you, the sun is breaking through the clouds, and below you the world stretches out in all its chaos and beauty. You're not down there anymore, scrambling, struggling, surviving. You're up here, reigning, shining, thriving. That's the view of the 1%. That's the life of the final step. Open your eyes, chosen one. That's not a dream. That's your reality. You're there. You've made it. You've crossed the line. But this isn't the end. It's the beginning. The 1% don't stop at the final step. They build on it. They grow from it. They multiply it. Every day after this will be a testament to what God can do with a single yes. You'll wake up tomorrow, not as the old you, but as the new you, radiant, renewed, relentless. The 99% might sleep through their lives, but the 1%, they awaken the world, and that's what you're doing right now, chosen one. You're waking up. You're stepping up. You're showing up. So here's my final charge to you, beloved. Don't just take this step, run with it. Don't just claim this promise, live it. Don't just hear this call, Answer it with everything you've got. You're the 1%, and the world is waiting to see what God does through you. The enemy is trembling, the heavens are rejoicing, and your destiny is unfolding. This is your moment, your breakthrough.